Hello and welcome to Roleplay Rejects, where we play new and unusual tabletop role-playing games. This season we are playing City of Mist, a noir-style game where myths and legends inhabit human hosts, for better or for worse.
Man. Today's sponsor, Great Clips. I'm just kidding. I don't know why they would sponsor our podcast.
I honestly don't want them to. If I'm
Dude,
being honest.
I've had the worst experience at Great Clips.
I have experiences. They're
You go to
really
Great
sweet with
Clips?
children.
I had an allergic reaction to this lady's hand lotion.
Oof.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Lotion.
Like I had hives like all around my head.
Yeah.
Damn.
And
How do you know it was the hand lotion?
because it happened twice. And it was only after she touched my head. Other people in that place like have used similar tools, similar like cleaning stuff, touched my head. I've been fine. But that one lady,
Oh.
How do you know you're just not allergic to her skin?
that might be it too.
Well, I was just not sure if she uses like a different product than the other people's do.
What if she's just not human? And you're allergic to the fake human flesh that she wears?
You're allergic to lizards.
That's what it is.
Is that a thing?
Lizard dandruff.
Probably.
Lizard immune disorder?
Listen,
Bro, if you
I'm
can be
gonna make it
allergic
a
to a
thing.
nut, you can be allergic to a lizard. What a weak design.
Such a funny word, bro.
Lizard?
No, nut.
No.
Wait, is this episode coming out right before Christmas?
No one knows,
Hey,
actually.
Merry
Um,
Christmas, you fucks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
almost. Merry
After-
Christmas.
After Merry
Tomorrow.
That's-
Probably when you're
I think it's
listening.
Christmas Eve, isn't it?
You probably
it's
had
Eve.
Christmas
It's
yesterday.
Eve. No, it's Christmas Eve. Christmas
No,
is
it's
on a-
Christmas Eve.
Only
You-
the true homies
I know.
spend Christmas with the roleplay rejects.
Yeah, hey, if you're listening to this,
On Christmas Eve 2023.
say Merry Christmas in the Discord. We'll say it back.
Or
Yeah.
also Christmas.
I will not say it back. No,
Because some of them might be
Why?
like,
Because I won't say it. I'll say it back if
Legit.
you at me.
There's
If you
like
say
time
at,
differences.
Yeah, or Happy Holidays or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
just
But if it's after Christmas, we know you're
don't
not.
at me.
You don't love us.
Yep.
Which
No.
is fair because we call you stinky all the time.
Listen, I don't care if you're listening to this in July.
That doesn't make it fair.
Go into the Discord and say Merry Christmas,
At
and I'll
Wesley-
say it back to you.
Happy Hanukkah.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
Isn't it a little fucked
Okay,
up?
all
that,
right.
like
Let
they have.
I feel like
set a
that's
calendar reminder.
Do it.
I feel like
July
that's something
4th.
that will easily just be like, Merry Christmas, back. Like,
Would you?
yeah, what are you supposed to say?
Nothing. You just ignore the message.
Dude, you just put a little Christmas tree meme below
You
it.
put bread 100.
Yeah.
So if I added you tomorrow and said happy birthday, you would just say happy birthday, or you just say thank you or whatever, or would
yeah,
you say happy birthday
probably.
back? That's cap, bro.
I'd just be like, where's my gift?
Well, you can't say Happy Birthday back
Yeah.
you can.
unless you have
Wait,
the same birthday.
That is weird. Yeah, why would I
It's
say it
neither of
back?
our birthdays. What do you think? What? Why is it weird? The first.
Yeah, but it's not Christmas.
So
Yeah,
there's
but
a-
think about how cute it is when the kid is like, happy birthday, and it's not your birthday, and you're like, yeah, thanks.
I've never done that. I always hit them
Our
with
child
the, it's not my
constantly
birthday.
says happy birthday to us, not on our birthday.
That's what I'm saying. It's adorable.
The child hates me because they've never wished me a happy
I
birthday.
don't think that's true. I think you probably just didn't understand what she was saying.
Equally possible.
she called Misty cute today.
It was
Aw.
really,
It was
really
adorable.
sweet.
She was like, "Hey, can I take a picture of you?"
Dude,
Really cute.
She's so nice.
Took some pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is weird. Can I take a picture of you? I'm supposed to for a kid though, because she
Okay.
wants it. She needs that filter with the
Okay.
pink hair
Yeah.
and the sprinkle lips.
She was very
like,
excited
she was
about
like
it.
the bow tie. She was like crying, talking about it. I was like, she's like, you gotta do it right. You gotta decorate it the same. I'm like, okay, I'll try.
Oh man.
Does he wear a stick figure?
She was just. She covers like all of the picture after she takes it.
Yep.
So I don't know why.
Why it matters at all?
No.
I had like several dog stickers over my face.
She was like, because you love dogs.
Like
And-
Obviously.
Yeah.
I do.
Aren't you? Oh.
Speaking of roses, this guy on Reddit
Pop off.
in the I gotta check what it's called. It's
You don't
like
even
what
know?
is my cookie cutter?
Yes. I love that one. I
What
know
the-
exactly what you're talking about.
The rose guy.
No,
No,
the
the
cookie cutter
subreddit.
subreddit.
Well, there's a guy who I'm talking like dozen, if not dozens a day. Just his answer is always a rose.
Oh,
And he will draw a rose to fit the shape.
Nice. Okay.
It's not always the best drawn rose, but I love it. And that was
Okay.
it. That was
All
the
right.
whole thing I wanted to say. Yeah.
Hey, if you're
r/
good at something.
What is my cookie cutter? And like, it's honestly, I was scrolling
What a wild
and there was
subreddit
like
to be a part
so many. And then I saw that it was one day out. I was like, oh my gosh. And people are like, where is he? Or they're concerned when he hasn't done it yet. But like, he's got to sleep at some point.
You know what I could never do in my life ever?
Hmm.
That I'm gonna try to do now because I don't think I could ever do that.
Yeah.
RP, like proper royalty, like not like the tragic prince that was like exiled at the age of 2, that doesn't even know he's royalty, and then he finds out later, but he's like a ruffian otherwise. I'm talking like this kid grew up like someone who grows up noble. Never done it.
Okay.
Do it one of these days.
I feel like
Now,
I've watched
what kind of noble though? Because are you going like the snooty, uptight kind of a noble, or are you going with like the noble who believes that they are actually for the people, but they're so out of touch because they live up in their ivory castle?
A little in
wall?
between.
Ooh, okay.
Like, and I'm better than you, but that's not your fault, so it's all right.
Okay.
type beat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Okay. Like the
like, of course, I'm a better swordsman
like-
than you. I've had proper training, and you're poor. Like that kind of
Yeah,
noble.
gotcha. Okay. I'm picturing like the Prince Charming from Shrek.
Yeah, kind of like
Yeah.
that. Except
less evil.
But like less of a tool.
I was gonna say just better looking, but like
There's also that.
What? He is a fine specimen of a man.
Is he?
He's like 4'2".
You've seen
All
that?
I can
Not that
ever
there's
think
anything
of
wrong with
is
being
when
short,
he's, like,
short kings.
You guys can't see it.
The kissy
'Cause
face.
the
The
yeah, he
kissy
does
face?
like the kissy face because I think he like puts on chapstick before he goes to kiss Fiona, and he's like,
Oh yeah,
Yes,
I forgot about
Fiona.
that. That's great.
"It is I," and then he just like puts his chapstick on or whatever, and then he makes this kissy face. That's all I can think of.
That's
Oh,
it's
no.
just not. It's not.
My favorite
not
part
it.
is when he's flipping his hair back and forth,
Mhm.
and it's like they've got like a fan going or whatever. Yeah.
I
I
think,
love
should
it's,
the
watch
Shrek
that. That's
movies.
such a good movie.
I think it's
Yeah.
the third one. The only part that I can think
No,
of.
it's
him
Shrek
in-
2.
No, the third
Oh,
one
okay.
when he gets like dethroned and he's
Okay.
in a tavern and he's acting or something, and it comes to the horse scene where he's got like just a wooden horse that he's like trotting along with, and some guy is off to the side with the coconuts making the
Mhm.
horse sounds.
Nice. Yeah.
That was the first time that I ever actually found out that that's how you can make like a
A
horse,
horse
run
sound.
What?
Yeah.
Oh man, have you
Have you-
seen Monty Python
No.
and the Holy Grail? Oh man.
I don't know
haven't
if
seen
you'd
that
like
in a
it.
long time.
Yeah, good point.
I'm not
if you
sure
don't
he
like
would.
Scott Pilgrim,
I was
you
gonna
might
say.
not like Monty Python.
I don't know if that's.
It kind of is.
It's the.
They're not the same
similar-
movies, but they're the same
Same
kind
hu-
of
yeah.
Similar
That's
same
humor.
kind of cringe. Cringe
You'd
plus.
love
But
it.
that's why it's funny.
Well, I
Yeah.
love it.
I love it.
like
It's
it.
so
It's
good.
so funny.
It's dumb, but
I mean,
In
I've
the
seen
best
some
way.
clips from it and it
Uh-huh.
seems fine, but I feel like all of the in between.
No.
No.
All the in
there's
betweens
not
the
really
same way.
in between. There's
Yeah.
just
Yeah, it's all.
It's just
More
I fart
memorable
in your
moments.
general direction.
I haven't seen it either, so don't feel left out.
oh,
Actually,
you
it's
were
like-
like sitting here.
I've seen a lot of it, like just random. Like I've seen most of the movie through just random clips, and I've like sat down to watch it with people at different intervals for different periods of time, but never like I've never sat and watched the whole movie.
Like
So-
I'm sure some people, like most people, have seen the. Fuck! I forgot already. Sorry.
no, they've
never
seen that.
'Tis but a flesh wound.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
That part,
Mhm.
and he's just got no limbs.
This is crazy to me that you think that movie's funny, but you don't like Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
He-
I love that movie so
He
much,
doesn't know the
I,
movie.
I haven't watched
You
the
hate it.
movie.
though. Yeah, but you've seen clips of. That's what
I've
I'm saying.
seen
You've seen
some
and you said it
clips
was
and then-
fine. You've seen clips of Scott Pilgrim and you think it's dumb.
Has he?
That's
seen
the point
clips
I'm
of Scott
making.
Pilgrim?
Maybe.
He's seen the whole movie.
It's-
Maybe if it was
you know, I'm done.
I've
had this
Get him,
argument too many
Wesley.
times.
And we've probably done this on mic before too. Just grow up, man. Respectfully, grow up, bro. I gotta pee so bad.
Then go.
No, I actually don't have to pee. I figured it out. I have a tube.
It's funny because I've never been like adamantly against Scott Pilgrim,
Uh-huh.
Could have fooled me.
But
but
now
you
are.
guys are making me radicalized.
I disagree.
Don't make
If
because I
I-
remember the first time we
Overwatch.
brought it up, and you were
You
like,
said that movie
"Oh,
fucking blows.
that's the worst movie ever. I hate that movie."
These are both
I
direct
was
quotes from
like-
past Damien. Like you said,
Don't trust that guy.
And I remember being like genuinely devastated.
You-
Like my heart hurt,
Yeah,
and I
dude.
was like,
dude.
"Oh, yeah."
I can't
oh my
even-
god, how could I
Okay.
forget?
I can't even fully blame it on the company because you watched it with me.
I
Were
thought
you
you were
guys-
gonna, I thought you were
when
gonna
we
say,
dated in
the
high
company
school.
Were
that
you guys
made it.
making out, and he wasn't paying
No,
attention?
we were watching it with our, well, with my friend and her boyfriend. I was going to say her other boyfriend.
Um,
So still a valid question then.
Yeah,
no,
it
I think
is.
I think part of it was just like the company. No offense to those.
One Piece. I need to say this because
Okay.
I
All
don't
right.
care how long we've bantered already. They're getting a you might appreciate this. You probably won't. You hate anime.
I saw it.
that's
you guys,
true.
Did you see the announcement?
Mhm.
They're getting a re-release. They're redoing the animation. It's gonna be the studio that did the animation for Attack on Titan is doing the One Piece relaunch.
What?
So it's gonna be
Really?
seasonal. Each season's gonna be a different arc, and they're gonna fucking just reboot the story with up to date animation, right? Because if you start One Piece now, like
It
it was,
Well, rough.
it was animated 25 years
25
ago.
years old.
Crazy.
That is wild. I
That's
didn't know that
almost
it's
as
been-
old as us.
Yeah,
That's
isn't it kind of
wild.
nuts? So
It's
if you,
older
if
than
you,
Wesley. He's
like if-
only 24.
so if you go to episode,
Well, then be older.
the bee's knees. If you go to episode 1 and then episode 1000 and whatever the fuck they're on right now, like it's a crazy the difference. So they said, "Fuck it, we'll do it again."
I'm
I'm so
here for
excited.
that though.
I'm so fucking
I like.
excited
I will
for it.
try it again once it's
That would be sick.
re-released.
I
Yeah,
won't
I'm
be.
not
I won't be
usually-
disappointed if you still don't like it.
I'm not usually for
You will be.
like
I won't. I've accepted that part
Thank
of
you. I'm sorry. I wish I was different.
No.
I try so
I know,
hard.
I appreciate it.
I'm not usually for like remastered versions of stuff because I think it's just a cheap cash grab. But for One Piece, anything.
Anything they can't. They can do no wrong. Bro.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, do you want to hear some crazy science?
No. Yes. I mean, sorry.
So when
I don't know why.
no,
I thought
No
you were asking
science.
If I knew some crazy science.
dude, so I was listening to a podcast about zombification, like becoming zombies, and did you know that when a woman is pregnant, the fetus sends stem cells into the mom's body, and it overrides some of the cells in the mom's body to like trigger like different hormones and things that make the mom love the kid more once it gets popped out, and they stay in the mom's body for like at least a year.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
It's like eating cat
Well,
poop.
I knew about the hormones stuff, but I didn't
Like-
realize that it was like
To make them love the baby.
that way. Like,
Yeah.
well, no, I knew that there were hormones that like grow the bond, but
Have you seen a newborn? Like,
Ugly.
I mean,
I
you
think
kind
they're
of need
so
it.
cute.
No, they
I
look
know
like
a lot of people
wrinkly
are like,
old
no,
men.
they're
Yeah.
not.
My
I
child
love
looked like a
them.
drunk.
They're so cute.
Like
I love them.
her face was
What
so
did I just
red.
say? You said all
She
that.
looked like
Oh,
a drunk
But yeah,
Irish.
parasites.
Like 40.
Cat poop. Yes,
It's the same
yeah,
thing.
Toxoplasmosis.
it is the same.
Cat poop particles.
Toxoplasmosis.
Fucking
Toxo. Oh, man.
Get the fuck out.
toxoplasmosis.
Was this on Ologies?
No, it was a separate.
I didn't know that it
one.
was like a whole last year though. I thought it was just like 6 months, and then your body's like, all right,
I think it was a
chill
year.
out. They're
stop,
cute
stop,
now.
Stop. What is this cat poop thing?
Toxoplasma gondii.
Duh.
Okay, Toxoplasma gondii is a okay. It is a it is a protozoan parasite. Okay,
Mm.
and what
Duh.
it does is it gets into the brains of mice and then turns off their fear receptors. Essentially,
This is
it
not the
leaves
cat poop
on the morbid curiosity sensors, and so they have this need to inspect their predators, but they're not afraid of them, and so they just walk into the mice as essentially they walk into the cats. Essentially, the cat eats them, and that's the perfect breeding ground for this parasite. Parasite grows and whatever. Cats poop out crap, and literally. And then mice end up eating that, and so this becomes a whole like cycle of parasitism. It's
That's-
wild.
That's
That's-
not the cat poop thing that I was referencing. That's fucking
That's
crazy. though.
terrifying.
Insane.
Imagine being a mouse eating cat poop and
Then what is your cat poop thing?
the poop fart. And don't fucking. I can't give you. I didn't read this on the internet ever. I just heard a lot of different people talk about it. Enough different people that I was like, oh, it's gotta be true. But cats poop, duh, and their poop particles get in the air, and when their poop particles, because it's in the air, we love cats more. That's my story.
Oh, that's not what I was thinking
That's-
of cat poop.
Okay, what's your
Yucky.
cat poop?
What was
story?
your
Does
cat?
everyone have
Everyone
don't.
has a
I
separate
don't.
cat poop.
I
What's your
don't.
thing? What's your thing?
I
What's your thing?
don't.
Go ahead.
Because I was just thinking of like toxoplasmosis, which I believe is related
Mhm.
to that. I
Yeah.
assume because of the fucking name.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why pregnant ladies aren't supposed to change litter boxes.
Yeah, it is. It's because that parasite is really bad for our reproductive systems because it usually propagates inside of the cat's reproductive systems.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're related cat poop things at
They are.
least.
Yeah.
They're basically
Toxoplasmosis.
the
But
same
we're,
thing.
we're kind of related because it's about us loving cats, and then the other thing is about us loving our children, which are
So if you change the litter
Oh.
box, will
Which
you
are
love
pets,
cats more
essentially.
than your
Mhm.
baby?
Yes.
no, your baby will really like cats.
I don't want any of those things.
You don't like
I'm
cats?
just no. I don't.
Bro.
I'm gonna keep it a buck.
I love cats, but they smell bad
I love the idea
Not
of
you.
cats.
when they poop.
They're
Yeah.
cute
I mean, most poop.
from
Smells
a
like poop.
distance. I like them like on my computer. Like
The
if
cat
somebody
videos.
shows me a cat video, I'm like,
Hang
oh,
in there.
that looks really fuzzy. But they're so stinky.
Oh, we all, man.
Yeah, but I don't need extra stinky.
We're like counters out.
Dogs are
No.
stinky enough as it is, but at least they poop outside.
Right?
Yeah.
I use the term friend loosely. Had a cat that she trained to use the toilet. Dead ass. Isn't that kind of crazy? Like her cat would flush and everything. That's wild.
That's
Isn't
That
it?
is
wild.
That's crazy.
That's
I wish we could
dedication.
have our dog do that.
I'm sure she could.
It's
I don't
funny
know,
imagining
man.
her try to be on the toilet.
She gets so stressed.
She's so awkward when she poops.
It's true.
Just stares into your eyes.
City of Mist.
Great transition, Damien.
I know you guys are actually here for a game, but
Cat
we're
poop
just going
facts.
to talk
Talk
about
worry,
about
we'll be-
animal poop.
We'll be back next week with cat poop.
Oh,
facts.
wait, really quick. Because like just cat poop. Dude, isn't there like a coffee bean that is also cat poop?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it goes through a cat's digestive system.
Okay, how does it get
So
out?
it's been in cat poop, but it's not actually.
Well, I know it's
just
not cat poop. Yeah.
Unless you include the contents of poop being.
I mean, it's it's like cat poop adjacent, right? Like a cat did
I
in
think
fact
it counts
poop
as
it
cat
out.
poop.
We went to a really good coffee place near our house, by the way.
What's it called?
Cat poop.
Cat poop.
No, it was
No.
not.
Sometimes I wish we
but
weren't on the
remind
same page.
me, and next time y'all are there, we should go get breakfast or something.
Okay.
It was
cool.
really
Was
good.
it
Alright.
where we went?
Maybe is it
It-
across from the nails place?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one,
Wait, really? Yeah,
Yeah.
that place fucks.
dude. It's sweet, huh? Yeah.
Mhm.
It was too sweet.
Stevie hated it.
What?
It was my fault. I ordered a really sweet. Also, I don't like the quality of their cups.
Oh,
City of
okay.
Mist.
City
Whoops,
of Mist.
Sorry
City of
about that, sorry about
Mist.
that. Hey, those goes for recap. Lamau!
I was gonna volunteer for it anyway.
You're such
So
a
I'm
teacher's
built
pet,
different.
bro. You're a teacher's pet.
But I took notes.
He
Did you
wants to
take
get.
notes?
I don't
Do-
even. I don't
you held
actually
your
know where my
nose.
notes are.
Do you want to do it?
No one knows, actually. Sorry.
Nobody knows.
Do something. Do it. Sorry.
What?
I don't know. I panicked. I was.
Do you want to do it?
No.
Go.
Okay.
I can tell you about my therapy, but that's pretty much it.
It was stressful.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, guys. That went real deep.
No,
real
they got a
quick.
disclaimer. Fuck them. Sorry, that was harsh.
I wasn't aware it was going to go that deep.
Me neither, dude. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, I had to have Damien edit it.
Damien had
just
me
in
edit it.
case.
He didn't. He did not. I came in very briefly and I was like, whoosh, top of the morning. Can I say that, dude? Because that's like some other guy's intro. I'm not gonna say that. Take that out.
Top of the morning.
We're not gonna take that out.
Whoosh, top of the morning to
So
you,
probably just stop
Jacksepticeye.
talking about it
No idea.
so we can City of Mist.
City of Mist.
Damien's got it.
Round 3.
Oh god damn it! What would the professor even be doing right now?
Professor.
What am I doing right now?
I forgot that that's how we do
So
recaps.
you're all at OP's
Right.
performance.
Right. But
the car
I'm
has
trying
crashed.
I'm trying to do a what do you call it?
Day in a life.
The
Journal
fucking
entry?
The
thing,
mechanic, the flashback thing, where we talk about
not flashback, but kind of flashback.
last time on
the
City of
last time
Mist.
on the
when she was talking to a drunk person.
Mm-hmm.
what is it called?
A recap.
Recapitulation.
Geek out during the credits.
No.
I know what you're talking about, but I
It's-
don't
Hold on,
think
I
it
will not.
needs.
I will not rest.
Just do a voice
Until-
memo. That's
a
what
voice
old,
We're
memo?
gonna
old
have to say
professors
City
do.
of Mist again.
You should do an out of the office voicemail.
Voiceover monologue.
Thank
There
you.
we
I-
go.
I genuinely, I'm not just saying this. I wanted to say monologue, and I was like, that can't
She's
be
just
it.
saying that.
That can't be it. But here we are.
How
That's it.
you guys edit a lot? Can you tell when I if I do this? Would you know?
a little bit.
Okay. Sorry for that.
But it adds to if you're being dramatic.
Yeah, I just want to make sure.
City of Mist.
Last time.
Well, last time on Trivia Nights, our City of Mist actual play. Check us out, Roleplay Rejects. Anyways,
so meta.
well, we kind of wrapped up our whole deal with Martha Ellis. We had OP, who has managed to lock down a somewhat steady gig at a sushi place doing instrumental versions of anime intros, which I hear is very on brand these days. Then we had Olivia, who went to the therapy, mending the broken. And, well, we role played a little too well.
Sorry. Again.
And then we had Alex, who had coffee with me. So
We had peppers.
we had peppers, is what we had. Yes, at
Peppers.
no, it was
21?
unnamed location 17,
Is that what it was called?
something 17.
It was called Secluded Dinner Restaurant 17.
Hell yeah.
Yes, there we go.
So I only write down the important thing. They were poblanos, by
Yes.
the way.
Yeah, they were.
Well, you see, he had the poblano, but I had the serrano.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
That's wild.
Thought it was the other way around.
No, you're thinking of the Sopranos.
I'm not.
Can I say that?
No, she's probably an
Why
alpha.
would you not be allowed to say that?
Anyways,
You can make
at
pop culture references.
we ended up going to see OP's performance, which was quite good and well received. But suddenly, we heard a car crash outside, and we are currently going out to look at that.
It's a white sports car.
Look at
It's a
that.
white sports car.
There's
that
blood
seems to
pooling
have-
and the windshield is shattered.
Whoa.
seems to have crashed into a
Light pole.
light pole nearby.
Engine
Sorry.
is steaming.
Engine is steaming.
Knees weak, arms are. Can I say that? I don't want to get us demonetized.
We're not-
I think we'll be okay.
I think the consequences of that will be.
And honestly, if
Devastating, but
Eminem
fine.
knows that our podcast exists, that's all I need. You know what I mean?
We've said this before.
That was what I say.
I
We've
stand
had
by
this exact interaction before.
Because you got on my phone.
Oh, yeah.
What did you
Yeah.
change it to?
I did the. Oh, I don't know.
What?
Oh, I know what it is. It says, "Fuck bitches, get money."
Oh yeah.
Professor
Anywho,
Alexander Cross.
fuck bitches get money, Professor Alexander Cross. Wait, that's not what I meant. Fuck bitches get money, Alexander Cross. Guys, I believe something's wrong with my phone now. Fuck bitches get money, Alexander Cross.
Is it replacing sincerely?
Yes.
I think
Yeah?
it replaces
Okay.
that whole
A sign.
his whole block.
Oh, signed. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You're right. Sorry. I'm
Perfect.
sorry. It's so late.
How late is it?
Late.
So late. Okay. So with that, as always, it is pouring rain. Outside, you heard and then were able to turn and see this car crash. You've all been able to come outside into the pouring rain. You notice that the windshield is broken, which I believe we mentioned earlier is a little strange because windshields don't actually shatter like that. There's like shards everywhere, and windshields don't crack like that. They're made nowadays to kind of hold together, even if they crack or break.
So spider web, but they have a film on them.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like when you put tape on your windows for like hurricanes or tornadoes. Same idea.
Is that why people put tape on the windows?
I didn't realize that.
I had no
I
idea.
feel like that was pretty obvious. But
Yeah, now I feel like a fucking idiot.
chill out.
I hate
My
hurricanes.
God.
Sorry.
So
You notice that there's blood pooling. The car crashed into a light post. I'm just trying to make sure that I didn't forget to tell you anything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is there any? Does it look like there's responders on the scene, or is it just like this literally just happened in front of us?
This just happened in front of you. Like you guys were vibing, heard loud bang, turned around, saw crashed car. There was like engine smoke or whatever. And essentially anybody who's nearby has come out into the street to see what's going on. Going along with that, you now have a tag of chaos right now. And OP, you have a status of adrenaline +1 because you were just performing. So you've got a little bit of adrenaline going from being in front of a crowd and then having to leap into action.
Cool. Okay.
Not that you guys, the others of you, wouldn't have adrenaline in this moment, but I feel like he has a little bit of extra because he was in the middle of a performance.
Mm-hmm.
So he's already kind of got that energy and anxiousness up. Yeah.
What do these mean?
Good question. So, I think we mentioned this last episode. I could be wrong, but learning this game has been a bit of a journey. At face value, it's pretty easy, but then there's a little bit of like nuance that I certainly wasn't getting. So we're still continuing to like learn the rules and add to them, add to like how we've been playing, just so that we can play the game as rules written as possible. So with a tag, so I gave you guys the tag of chaos. What a tag does is there's a bunch of different types of tags, right? We have the power tags, the weakness tags, and those are character specific. Those essentially are details that add to the story, right? A story tag, which is what I just passed out, is a similar thing where it's a detail that adds to the story. But it is separate from the characters. So as I gave the scene essentially chaos, which means that you guys can either use that to your advantage potentially and add a +1 to a roll later, or as the MC, I can use that potentially against you guys, right? And like, hey, it's very chaotic. So you're going to get chaos -1 to whatever roll you're doing if it makes sense to the story. The important thing about tags is that, again, it's a detail, it's a thing that is yeah. It's like it's a noun, right? So it's going to be a person, place, or thing that's added to the story. Whereas the status, which is what I gave Joseph for OP, a status is going to be let me get to the page. It's a condition, right? So it's going to be in the book, it says physical, psychological, social, supernatural, or mystical. And then also like combat situations. So the idea with this is it's more of a can't think of nouns or not nouns, adjectives, goodness, for condition. But essentially, like adrenaline is a condition that will go away at some point. It's not like adrenaline is not inherent to OP, right? So it's something that can be added. Or if we're talking combat situations, the idea of being covered from bullets, that would be a temporary situation that you're able to take advantage of. Social conditions. So like if you were to, if somebody were to trip you and then you're embarrassed, right? That's going to be situational, or maybe you're only embarrassed around that certain character. So you would have a status of embarrassed around whatever NPC, right? Versus it being like ingrained in your character that you are always embarrassed, right?
Mhm.
Different. Yeah. Do you have any other thoughts on that? Other ways of explaining it? Because this has been quite the rabbit hole that Damien and I have been down, trying to make sure that we understand it and then can kind of incorporate it.
No, I think that's pretty much it. Just another thing to note about statuses versus story tags. So story tags will always give like a plus or minus 1 to whatever rolls, whereas statuses have a tier associated to them.
Mm-hmm.
So for instance, OP now has adrenaline tier 1. There you could come into situations in which that tier would increase or decrease based off of the different circumstances. So for instance, if one of us got shot, we might have like bleeding tier 3. So we would get a -3 on any of our rolls related to the bleeding that we have. But if we cover it with a cloth, we might bring it down to just a bleeding tier 2 or a tier 1. It's not gone, but we've like reduced its effect more or less. Inversely though, if I keep on getting like cut 1 over and over and over again, that would eventually increase to cut tier 2 or cut tier 3, so on.
Yeah, and the tiers, I don't think we've gone over this before, but there's tier 0 through 6. Tier 0 is really not worth mentioning. It means it doesn't exist. 1 is mild, 2 is minor, 3 is major, 4 is dramatic, 5 is incapacitating, or if it's a positive thing, it's like super duper good. And then 6 is lethal or permanently transformative. So most of these things from tier 1 to tier 4, they can be temporary or ongoing. And essentially that means that they're ongoing until the MC, or narratively, it makes sense for that to no longer be a thing. For example, with getting cut, right? If then we eventually go into a day in the life, and it would make sense that you had time to use a first aid kit in that period of time, then maybe that just goes away, right? It doesn't have to be a continuous thing. But if it reaches a 5, then it's automatically ongoing. It's not temporary. And if it reaches a 6, then it's permanent. So like if you reach a back pain 6, then like your spine's probably broken, right? Like, and that's, you're not coming back from that necessarily. So that's kind of how the tier system plays in. Hopefully that's more helpful for you guys listening. It's starting to make more sense at what, like 12 billion episodes in.
10.
10 episodes in. But yeah. Sick. Okay. And action.
I want to go. I'm a cop.
Oh,
Get out of my way.
I was gonna call 911.
Call 911.
I call 911.
Hello.
I know where I am.
Yeah, we're at Sushi Rock.
Alex answers.
Is that a place?
Shinobi
Shinobi Sushi Bar.
I was just kidding. You don't.
Yeah, I do not answer.
Obviously.
I am not.
So, Alex, you
I just want to go see if they're like dead.
Okay, do you want to are you pulling out your badge and getting people away from the scene, or are you just going as a like first responder making sure?
I think mostly the second thing, but if people are like close enough that it's annoying, then I'm gonna be like, hey, back up, I'm a cop. Like,
Okay.
this is a crime scene.
Yeah, I would say in this moment, there's enough people that it is chaotic, but nobody's really like in the way. A lot of people are just kind of in shock and kind of doing that like
Crowding around.
rubberneck thing where like they're trying to see what's happening, but they don't want to be too involved.
Mhm.
You do see a couple of people pulling out their cell phones. Some of them are taking pictures. Some of them are maybe like chatting or calling 911. Because your city does have a chat feature, which is pretty sick.
That's pretty sick.
But yeah, nobody's really like getting in the way if you would like to go.
Yeah, I would like to go and see if there's like who's in there, like if they're hurt or already dead, like what the general idea is. I guess.
Okay. Yeah. Do you want to go ahead and give me an investigate roll for that so you can get some more details?
Yeah, I think I do.
Okay. What are the rest of you guys doing in this moment before we go through with Wesley's role?
So I figure my performance is shot by now, so I'm going to step outside as well. And I would also like to investigate, but using my adrenaline status, because I'm like hyper aware right now. And echoes of the dead, ghostly footprints. I want to see if someone's dead.
Okay.
If someone died in the crash.
Fresh
So
ghost.
3?
Yeah, go ahead with 3.
What?
You say fresh ghost.
Yeah, that's what it would be.
And then for me, I think I could just use alert and police connections. I guess just because I'm like, I'm a cop, get out of my way, stupid.
Yeah.
I'm not calling them dumb, but you get it.
Sorry, police connections and what?
Alert.
Yeah, that
Those
works
are
for
mine.
me.
I got 8.
Okay.
You gave me 3 dice. I got 10.
Nice. Okay. We'll start with you then, Alex. Let me get to my notes. There's too many books in front of me. Help.
While you're looking for that, I think Professor Alexander Cross is probably just at the outskirts. He's not super great or used to these kinds of emergency situations. So just kind of off to the side, maybe kind of trying to wrap around and see a license plate number to write down because that seems important.
Okay. Yeah. The license plate number is
It's 80085.
Boobs.
Can you imagine having that license plate in this situation? Every time I see a van
license
plate,
plate.
that's
boobs.
canon now. So,
Uba.
with Alex, you are able to go up to the car. As stated before, you notice that the windshield has shattered inwards. It looks like probably once it hit the light post is when that happened. You notice a man in his mid-30s kind of drooped down over the steering wheel and the driver's seat. You do notice that the driver is dead.
Damn.
It's hard to tell exactly what killed him. But if you'd like to investigate more, like there may be more things that you can tell, but from first glance, like you definitely know that he has passed on. Let's see. The only other thing of note is you are able to see that he has his he's got a couple of things scattered around the front seat that have probably fallen. He's got a water bottle in there. He's got some sunglasses, and then he's also got his wallet, which upon checking, you find his driver's license.
We got a physical thing.
Free license.
Yo, it's bloody. His name's David.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, David
When?
Wynn. Class B. Sex M. Height 5'10", I think.
How do you spell his last name?
Nguyen.
Oh, okay.
He lives on Pine Street. I could just hand this. There's nothing on the back. That's always the case, and I always look on the back of the. Here you go.
I don't want it
I
anymore.
also want to look at it.
You are also able to tell, based off of just your quick observations, that it's very likely that he's a pretty wealthy person. He's wearing a pretty nice suit, and based off of his fancy white sports car and the watch that's on his wrist and the nice leather that was his, or I guess is his wallet. His wallet matches his shoes, matches his belt. Very like posh feeling. The car looks like it's been recently cleaned.
Jeez.
And not like in a suspicious way. It looks like
Yeah,
it's
like he
always
keeps it-
recently
yeah.
cleaned, right? So yeah, that's kind of your first first quick notes. Before I hand it over to you, because
Okay.
I do see your finger guns pointing at me. With your roll, I'm going to say that you have 2 clues
Okay,
to
that's
use later.
that's what I was threatening you for.
Okay.
Was my clues. And after that, I just kind of want to like keep the scene until like more authorities arrives. Like make sure people don't like do anything dumb.
Okay.
Yes, you in the back.
What are clues for?
Oh, yes. This is another thing that we've learned. So, clues are for extra information, essentially. We learned that we've kind of been doing clues a little bit different than how the game wants us to. Excuse me, I have hiccups.
I don't know if that's necessarily fair. Like, we have been playing okay. It's like the clues are supposed to be in addition.
Yeah, it's like an extra
Yeah.
thing. So when an investigate roll goes well, or a look beyond the mist roll, depending, same but different, you get clues, and those clues are the way we've been talking about it amongst ourselves is they're kind of like the bottle caps in Fallout, where you get to use them as kind of action points later. And when you use them, when you use a clue, you get to ask a question about that specific scene. So then it kind of turns into kind of like helps tweeze out some like aha moments potentially, or gives you extra information that your character might feel like is important in the new scene that they're in. So, for example, I have Wesley, like he now has 2 clues to use for the car crash scene. If in an episode or 2 from now, he's like, hey, I want to use one of my clues for the car crash, he can ask me a question that might help with the investigation at large. He could also use it in like 10 minutes from now. It doesn't really matter unless things have been uncovered to the point where the clues are kind of null and void, which really only the MC has knowledge of whether or not that will be the case. But if that were to happen, I would just say,
They're dead.
hey, those clues They're gone.
You said, and you said that you gave me 2 clues because I rolled Pog.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it, or is it, because on the thing it says clues equal to power? I don't
Yes, so
necessarily
based off
care.
of your power tags.
Okay, cool.
So you...
I didn't know if they just happened to coincide or if you knew that. Like,
no,
if you picked
they're
2
supposed to. They're supposed to coincide.
Okay.
I reserve the right to give you as many as I want.
Okay. Can I have 3 then?
That's not in the rules necessarily. I've just decided. So if I wanted to give you like 6, then I'll do what I want.
Do you want to do that right now?
I don't. I would like you to have 2.
Well, if he gets 2, I want 3.
That's very selfish of you.
But I feel like you'd have to roll.
With 3 power tags.
But he already
gets
rolled,
2,
so
I
it's
want
fine.
9.
But yeah, so does
Power
that
move.
answer the clue thing? Did I miss anything there?
No, I mean that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Like you still will roll to investigate, and you will still get the generic info, TM.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want like those extra tidbits or other weird questions, that's when you would want to spend a clue.
Yeah. So it's like for example, being like, oh yeah, he's in a nice suit. Like you would not need to spend a clue on that. Like you have eyeballs. Like you can see that suit is nice, right?
It's
but if you wanted like extra details
Where's
about
the suit
whatever.
from?
Yeah. Like, does he have a specific cleaner that he goes to? And can I tell that from the way it smells? Like, I don't sure, maybe.
I liked how you said like tweeze things later on, like aha moments. Like if we saw like an example that comes to mind for me is like if we saw someone with like the same like caliber and or brand of suit, and we're just talking to that guy, like maybe he's a suspect. I can be like, hey, is this guy wearing like the same suit like that guy died in? And I can like spend a clue token, and then she'll be like, yeah, that is the same brand of suit, and I'll be like, he killed him.
Yeah.
Which probably won't be right, but
yeah, but it definitely that would be a good case scenario, right? Where it's like amplifying information that you already know, versus not giving you information that's already there, if that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Going back to rolls. Joseph, what did you roll again?
I rolled an 8.
You rolled an 8. Okay. So tell me exactly what you're doing again.
So I am looking, using my Echoes of the Dead and Ghostly Footprints and Adrenaline, to see if he died right here. Like if the crash was the cause of death, or if he died like further down the street. Like I want to see if he is right here, or if his ghost is not present.
That's smart.
that is smart.
You would know that he died. I promise that's not where I'm leaving you.
I'm dying, bro. I'm like,
No,
oh
no.
my god,
This guy's dying.
no, this guy's dead.
Oh, that's fair.
DED unalive. Ow.
I thought she was just gonna be like, yeah, you know that he died.
Oh,
That was
a
good
one.
man.
That was quality. Holy shit.
Okay, so you are able to glean that he lost control of the car a few moments before it crashed.
Okay.
Based off of kind of what you're able to glean from that, it's likely that he died before the actual impact.
Okay.
Because you're not really a car guy, but it didn't. The car seems like it's in nice enough condition that it wouldn't have been a car issue.
Okay. Can I burn Ghostly Footprints to try and track down like exactly where on the road he died? Like where did where does the ectoplasm whatever
So
start.
you wouldn't be able to burn that if you want to use it. If you burn it, that means you can't use it until your next long rest.
Okay.
So you could do maybe another roll that's focused on that instead of on figuring out like where the
Okay, then I don't get the,
I'm
the
also
burning.
Burning it should just negate the need for the roll. He's like overcharging the ghostly footprints in this one instance, so he won't be able to
And
see
then
it so well.
Then he won't be able to use it
afterwards.
in the future.
Won't be able to use it after this point.
Yeah, that's
Because
how I
it's burnt.
interpret it. Or I thought you
described
in the past about like
burned a tag to use something
To use a
else.
different tag?
Yeah, to like increase that. Let me double check.
Okay.
either way would kind of make sense.
It does kinda
you're
make sense either way.
focusing
Yeah.
all you have on that.
I guess the way I always imagined it was just like overusing an ability.
Yeah,
right?
that's
like,
how I've been-
overexerting yourself. Like benching, right? You bench a little too much, and then you can't bench for 2 days. It'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah, I hate it when that happens.
On God. There's thing to. Wait, what was I gonna ask?
What?
No, so it's no other tags can be invoked in this roll, but status is applied normally. So
Okay.
Oh, so you.
So you do burn
you still-
specifically the ghostly footprints.
Yes.
But if you had a really bad status, you could still perform poorly or fail even if you burned a tag.
No. When you burn
Oh
it,
yes,
it's not.
yes.
'Cause the
You
status
you are
is-
correct.
Yeah, you get a 10, but your statuses still apply.
Yeah.
So if I had like
Oh,
right, yes.
like a bleeding 2, I would just take the 8. Then.
Right.
Oh,
And
interesting.
just to like completely shell out everything, you gain a power of 3, and instead of rolling the dice, you treat the roll as a 7.
Oh,
So
okay.
for whatever
Oh.
move you're trying to go for,
Okay.
you
Power
have a power
equals
of
3.
3.
Oh, that's base.
Okay.
Which could then
Give you
generate
juice.
automatically 3 clues. Right.
Yeah,
As long
or-
as
Juice or whatever.
Okay.
yeah.
Whatever the power currency is.
Yeah.
For that roll. Currency.
So yeah, that's what I want to do then.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Go
burn
for it.
ghostly footprints to try and like sniff out exactly where he died.
Okay. What's up?
What mechanic are you using right now?
I'm burning a power tag.
No, I know, but that gives you a 10. But what mechanic? Like, what are you rolling?
Oh,
What move?
Investigate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So in that case, you would end up getting 3
100.
clues.
Okay.
To go along with this. So as you're trying to kind of determine where this ectoplasm starts, you notice that there is you notice that looking from where the car came from, it's about where the other street lights are across the street.
Okay.
You can see where the car is currently crashed.
Mhm.
If you go to the east, right across the street from the car, that's where the sushi diner or sushi bar is. That's where you guys were at. And then if you go south of where the car crashed, kind of in that area between the street lights, right before the intersection, is about where you start getting some of the, I won't say like ectoplasm, like
But
he was
the
obviously
vibes.
not walking, but yeah,
Yeah.
you start getting sort of that spirit.
Spirit sense.
Okay.
I just imagine Danny Phantom. You know when there's a ghost nearby and he can see his
Oh,
breath.
yeah.
That's what I imagine.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the vibe, right? Like
Mhm.
OP is learning how to be in tune with these spirits, but he's able to kind of sense that there's what's beyond the mist. As you're kind of seeing this kind of divide from where ghostly feelings start and where they I guess they don't really stop.
Because there ain't no party like a ghost party, because ghost party don't stop.
There you go. You notice that there is this overwhelming feeling of malice that surrounds the car. And you also notice that David Wynn, or rather David Wynn's spirit, is still nearby in the car, if you would like to speak to him.
He is in the car? Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go over next to Officer Alex. Be like, hey, that thing that we talked about, like, I can see him. I'm going to...
Okay, yeah, I'm just going to pretend I don't see you, because you're going to look wild.
Yeah. So, and I'm assuming you, like, show me the license or something.
Yeah.
Like, hey, David. Hey, what happened here, David?
He looks at you, realizes that you're talking to him, and is just shocked. You can tell that he's a little scared. He doesn't really understand what's going on. But you also know that he looks like he's in the middle of transitioning to the afterlife. That he's not really stuck here. He just hasn't fully moved on yet.
Okay.
So he doesn't give you this sense of kind of longing that maybe Daniel gives you.
Okay. Hey, David, real quick. Like, did someone, like, want you dead? Like, why do you think you lost control of your car here?
As you ask him this, he again locks eyes with you, shock, and kind of confusion, and he just says, Ellie. And then he's gone.
Oh my god, bro.
Okay.
This is like every movie scene ever when the guy's about to die. And you're like, quick, tell me.
Tell me what happened.
And he's like, Rosebud. And then he dies. And you're like, what the fuck's Rosebud? It's his sled. Spoilers for Rosebud.
What?
It's his sled. The name of his sled was Rosebud.
Yeah, I learned that in my film class in junior high. And I was like,
I also learned it. I was in drama, and that's why I learned it.
I've never seen
why
that movie.
So cryptic? Like, why not just be like sled?
That's not a good last word, bro.
Yeah, but it's a lot more effective than just being like arugula, because arugula for some reason was in a recipe that he made when he was in a cooking class, when he was overseas, when he
when he was missing his wife, and so it's about his wife, but arugula.
Yeah, like
So
fucking
dumb.
thanks. I wanted trivia for your death.
I mean, that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what I'm gonna do when I die. I'm gonna say some wild ass shit. Send everybody on a wild goose hunt.
Right.
You're not gonna know what it even means.
I'm just gonna say something, bro. Someone's gonna have to find out.
It's gonna be all and then we were none, like Westinghouse. Did you guys ever read that book as a kid?
No.
It's like a bunch of people go to a house to solve this guy's murder. You know, classic.
The Westing game?
Westing game?
Yes.
Yeah, the Westing game.
Yes.
Wait,
He's waiting.
what is and then we're none?
That
Is that the one with the little-
And then there were none is an Agatha Christie.
What's the Westing Gate?
That's an Agatha Christie novel?
It's also like a mystery thing.
Wild-
I read it like 7 times as a kid.
I only know about Agatha Christie
Man,
because this one
I've got
anime I
those,
watched was about solving mysteries around their school. And in the
Mm.
credits, they have the names of a bunch of mystery authors, and Agatha Christie came up. And that's
Oh,
the
cool.
only
That's
reason
really
I know
cool.
who that writer is.
Um.
Never read any of her books. I'm sure they're good, though.
Anyway,
Dead. Gone.
dead.
The Westing Games
Gone.
by Ellen Raskin.
Ellie.
Okay.
Ellie. Dude, you're right, though.
Rosebud?
Rosebud.
I've never been wrong in my life.
Okay, all right. We know who did it.
Okay.
Ellie.
Okay, yeah.
And you have
it in the group
3
chat.
Please.
clues for
Ooh.
For the crash.
No,
TM.
yeah,
but different than mine.
Yes, yeah.
the ghost crash.
Yeah.
The ghost portion of the crash.
Yeah.
Okay.
Augers.
Have authorities arrived yet?
It looks like they are on their way. Traffic is pretty rough, as we've talked about in the city, so you can hear the sirens. You know they're close, but it does sound. There's a lot of burp, burp, and you can tell that people are not really fully getting out of the way to let the emergency vehicles pass. But they'll be here like 2-3 minutes max, as soon as
As soon as I
the
can.
van that's in front of them finally gets the message and pulls over.
Those people have a special circle of hell for them.
That's true.
Okay. I have 2 questions then. Have we already searched the car?
No.
Okay. I don't think that I should do it because I'm just some old guy. The other one is, does he have any? Well, I
Well, I guess
guess with the crash, he would have a shitload of wounds and no obvious like bullet wounds or anything like that.
Yeah.
I guess I probably searched it hastily. I don't want to fuck with it too much because it's like a crime scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get it.
You'll know more when the coroner's report comes in.
Yeah. Sorry.
What?
We went in my head. It was like a procedural show, and it was so crazy because we put it he got the authorities arrived. We turned it over to the police that aren't me, and then the report came in. It was like, yeah, it looked like he died on impact, but we know that he didn't. And then it's like, oh my god, are the cops corrupt? Like, do we have does the villain have
Are they
the coroner?
corrupt or just dumb?
No, because listen, that coroner, he's you can say what you want about his personality, but he's a damn good coroner, right? And this guy's rich, so he has rich enemies. So we deduce from there that someone bought off the police. It was crazy, bro. There was a mid-season finale or whatever.
Yeah,
You
that's
made up
so
this whole
crazy.
conspiracy.
Balling up my notes.
Typing intensifies.
Do I notice anyone else who's just looking weird? Kind of standing around, some
anyone
guy
sus?
over on a street corner, I look up to a window and I see someone just side-eyeing down, and then they close the curtains as they turn and walk away, gun still smoking on their back.
Is there a grassy knoll anywhere nearby?
Let's see. Let me look for a grassy knoll.
Is that a water fountain?
No.
Sorry.
So when JFK was shot, they said the shot came from a grassy knoll
Oh.
from a little park area. Yeah.
As stated before, there's a lot going on, right? You do notice a couple of characters that don't seem nearly as shocked as everyone else, but you also know that everybody deals with shock in different ways. So while they do seem a little bit calmer than the people who are frantically typing on their phones, it doesn't give you any sort of real
They're not
suspicious feelings
way off in the distance, kind of doing that shit.
Yeah, they're just everybody seems
Relatively
normal.
Okay.
That said, there is a woman who's actually standing pretty close by to you. And she is definitely panicking a little bit more than anybody else.
It was her.
And if you overhear, or I guess if you listen closely, you can overhear her mentioning. You can overhear her mentioning that she knows David and she can't see his face, but she knows that's his car.
It's because of the license plate.
Oh, yeah.
And
I hope to pick that one out.
there's
Mine.
the owner of the restaurant of Shinobi Sushi is actually the one that's kind of consoling her. He's got his arms wrapped around her and she's not really crying into his chest, but she's definitely like
Distraught.
just
into his
distraught.
chest.
Yeah, distraught. And he says, I'm having a hard time understanding this too. This is a lot. And they both kind of just continue to huddle together and essentially keep going back and forth saying like, this is so crazy. Are we sure it's him? And then of course it is. That's definitely his car. I would recognize his car anywhere. What happened? I can't like.
Alex, have you already flashed your badge?
Kind of like not like just mostly just to get up there and establish like a perimeter around the crash.
Enough so that then most
People know I'm a
probably-
cop.
Okay.
A damn good one.
Excuse me. Did I overhear correctly that you knew the deceased?
Would you know that he's deceased?
I would assume, bro. You see that pool of blood?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't know if there's other people in the car.
That's fair.
Would I assume that you know the owner of this vehicle?
Now sounds like you're trying to sell them something.
Oh boy, do I have the insurance for you?
Well, you see, I kind of. It's a weird. I know him. I don't really know him. I don't know how to explain it. And the owner chimes in. I mean, he's over at my restaurant quite frequently. But I wouldn't say I know him. It's just an acquaintance. He's an acquaintance, I guess. And she says, yeah, for me too. Kind of an acquaintance.
Well, I'm sure that any information that you could provide would be beneficial. Over there, actually, you can see that is my good friend Alex, who works for the police department, and I'm sure he will be needing to, get some information from anyone who may know him. Maybe if we can get next of kin and other information such as that. Would you mind if I escorted you both over? Mayhaps not next to the pool of blood that I see there, but we could just wait. Maybe wait nearby. Now that I think about
She
it,
breaks down crying.
I would feel more comfortable staying over here, but I don't mind talking to whoever needs to talk to me. I don't know that I have a lot of good information, if I'm being honest, but I'll whatever I can do to help.
all information is beneficial. Just please do wait here, and I'll go and see if I can assist over there.
And as you say that, the restaurant owner, he kind of nods his head at you and pulls himself and her over onto the curb so that they're no longer facing the car, looking directly at it. And they sit on the curb and just kind of hang out there amongst the crowd.
Okay. Yeah.
I really thought you were gonna be like, you see that guy? That's my friend. He's a cop. I'm gonna start asking you some questions. Cop by association. I was like, oh my god, like
No, it's fine. My friend's a cop.
Yeah, I've seen his badge enough. It's basically mine.
Yeah. I've seen cop
Just-
movies. How hard could it be?
Just do, you know how when you're a kid you do like the leaf etchings? Just do that with his badge.
Yeah, Macopsy opens book.
It's just a flip book and it just says cop on an open page.
It's actually just a sticky notepad. He just wrote cop.
Quite literally a gold star on there.
Like the ones that you use for like the potty training
Yeah.
charts
Yep.
with like a smiley face on it. Okay. That couple of minutes has passed by at this point. The fire department got here first.
Of course they did.
Of course they did.
They always do.
The EMTs are helping out with assessing what's happening. They do pull out a stretcher. The ambulance gets there. Those EMTs take over. They put David Wynn onto the stretcher, get him into the ambulance, and they cart him away. It's about this time that the police officers get there. They've left a couple EMTs behind to talk through what they found and their diagnosis upon reaching the vehicle. And they had started taking the pictures that they needed to, all that jazz, and they're starting to get stuff cleaned up. Alex, are you wanting to be involved with this at this point, or are you, once they got there?
No, I think I was mostly just like holding it for the homies.
Okay.
Like once they get there, I'll just let them know, like, hey, I was eating nearby, heard the crash, came by, dude was dead when I showed up. That's pretty much it. Here's this. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and you know they're like, yeah, thanks, man. We really appreciate it. It actually helped a lot that there was already a perimeter set up.
Mm-hmm.
And they continue to like make an actual physical perimeter now,
Mm-hmm.
caution tape and all, but they definitely are able to do that more quickly than they tend to be able to in more serious scenes like this.
Poggers.
But yeah, they kind of get to work in, start doing their
thing.
rough analysis of whatever it is that they're seeing right now. So EMTs, police, yada yada, doing their thing. What you guys want to do next?
Alex, are you working this case or
I don't know. They might give it to me since like I was here first.
Oh, because I have there's two individuals over there who at least have some passing relation to the victim.
Okay.
I
Did you tell me already that he died earlier?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I passed everything on to you.
Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, I'll go chat him up. I suppose.
okay. Cool.
Cool. And then I go.
Fuck bitches get money.
I go to those guys sitting on the curb, all weird.
Hello, officer, and she stands up and
Dabs
do you
me
remember
up.
what the diner's restaurant owner's name was?
The sushi bar owner?
Yeah,
Oh.
that's what I meant.
Did you say it?
Sushi bar.
Did you
owner.
say his name?
I don't know.
I don't think you
remember.
did.
I don't think you did.
You just said
Yeah.
the owner.
the owner
Shinobi
of Shinobi
is
Sushi.
the name of it.
I in my head I've been calling him Mr. Shinobi. I
Mr.
know-
Shinobi.
Okay.
That- So Mr. Shinobi and the woman stand up, and she says, "We were told that we could maybe be of assistance. I don't really have much information other than I know that that's David's car. Do you have any specific questions that we can answer?"
Hold on.
What is
I don't say that to the. I say that out loud to you guys, like above our imaginary characters.
Do you want to say that into the mic though?
You're
Yeah,
right.
you
Sorry.
don't have to
Sorry.
literally
Sorry.
say it above the mic.
All the listeners were like, why is Wesley getting so
Yeah,
quiet?
I was just.
Is he an
I was
ant?
like, you cannot hear it. Him.
Dude, do I have questions for them? Because like, if I'm just like, shit, bro, what'd he do? Like, I'm gonna know that eventually. Like, they're gonna run his file back at the station.
He has an ID.
He has an ID.
Mhm.
Clearly, he exists.
Well, yeah. but
Well,
you
what's
could
her
always-
name? Is it Ellie?
I don't know.
Yeah, you could ask names. Does Ellie mean anything to you? What kind of conversations
yeah.
have you?
How about you
had
let
with
me?
this
How about you
person?
let me cop? Right? I didn't ask.
You quite literally.
All right, I'm back. I'm back, and I'm square.
And he learned all this. He decided on all this himself.
All by myself. It's roleplay rejects. More like Wesley rejects. Roleplay. Well,
Got him.
I offer my
No.
hand, kind of to the middle of both of them, but whoever takes it first gets the handshake first. I go, hey, I'm Alex. Like my friend said, I'm with the police department. Yeah, I guess just a couple of questions. I guess I'll start with how you know David.
Mr. Shinobi shakes your hand first, and then
Oh, that was weak.
the woman kind of just
Oh, does she fish?
she does. She
Oh my
fishes.
god, I hate her.
She's
Bro.
just
Yeah.
been through a lot, though.
I don't care.
Um,
bro. I mean, actually, you're kind of right.
Mr. Shinobi kind of looks you straight in the eye and is like, he's been a frequent customer over the past couple of weeks, and really, that's all I know. He tips
Okay.
very well.
Oh,
I apologize. That's all I know.
that's totally fine.
Other than I do know that is his car.
And what about you? And I like look at the girl.
She says, well, my name is Emma Bailey. I was eating at Shinobi tonight, and I assume similar to you, I heard the crash outside. I came out. I noticed it was David's car. I don't really know him all that well. He took me out on a date a couple weeks ago. Really that's all that I really know. The date didn't go well.
Rip.
And we went, actually it was over at the diner right there, and she points to the diner that the car
Right there.
has crashed
Yeah.
in front of. You notice that is, if you hadn't before, it's called Rondo's Diner.
Mm.
And she says, but it
Was that
didn't work out, so
the only time that you met with him?
yeah, actually, that's really the only time that I've ever really been in person with him. We chatted a little bit on a dating app, but that's about it.
Okay. Sorry, one more question for you both before I let you go. Does the name Ellie mean anything to you? Either of you? That's it. I have no last name to go off of.
You notice that, first of all, Emma looks a little. There's a little flash of fire in her eyes.
The name Ellie does, in fact,
Mhm.
mean something to her.
It does.
Yeah.
It does, in fact, mean something to her. And Mr. Shinobi, he says, Ellie. Yes, like, let's see, what is her name? Woodworth, I believe, is her last name. It's Ellie and Pauline.
Okay.
That's who I would imagine you would be talking about, right? And Emma says, yeah, she seems really nice. I don't really know her, but everybody that I've talked to says she's great.
Okay. And who is she besides Miss Woodworth? Like, does she?
So as you ask that, you kind of see Mr. Shinobi shrug, and he says, I mean, I don't know her super well either. She is a regular. Her and her wife come and frequent the restaurant. Really, really nice people. It did sound like they've been having a bit of a difficult time with David. I'll just put it that way. Rumor has it he has a thing for Ellie, and you see Emma just roll her eyes like that, like, yeah. Rumor has it. And she says, well, I don't really think it's a rumor.
Okay. Is there like, does Ellie work somewhere that, like, do we know where she works? Like, is there a place I can visit her in?
I don't know where Ellie works. I do know that they live just around the corner. I'm not quite sure where. But somewhere in the apartments, and he kind of points down the road towards 5th Street, and I'll label that on the map real quick in a second. But
Okay. Well, I'll make sure I always want to say comrades, but that's not like the word I'm looking for.
Colleagues.
Because it's like I go from comrades to homies, and both of this is gonna be followed
There's
by
an
at the
in-between.
station. Yes, exactly. My compatriots at the station. I'll let them know about Ellie and information you given me. I can't think of anything else right now. Goodbye, fellow people.
you leave.
And I leave.
Give me 2 seconds so I can label those streets for you.
I'm counting, but I'm really bad at counting, so you got time. Are you gonna write 5th?
David seems like a mess.
Well, he's dead, so.
He's more of a mess now.
That's awful. Hey, cut
He has
that
a
out.
thing for a married woman.
Hey, the heart wants what it wants. You know what I'm saying? I don't actually get that though. No.
No.
Also, like, I don't know, man. Like, how do you? I don't know, man.
Ow.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
No.
That sounded like.
That did. I don't know
It's
what
my
you
whole
even hit.
kneecap, and now I need replacement surgery.
New knees. Today's sponsor. Rent a knee.
Renting?
Does
You
that
gotta
mean
give it
it's
back
new?
though.
Yeah, you get it for like a month and then they rip it back out of you.
Ugh.
No anti-pain fluid.
There's like
No,
a lot of
okay.
movies about that though. Where
Well,
it's like,
renting
People
knees.
rip their knees away.
well, no, it's like
Renting.
prosthetics and things like that given to people.
Oh,
But,
they
like-
repo them.
Yeah, but like more like cyberware style prosthetics.
yeah.
Oh.
Mhm.
And then the repo department having to.
Okay, I was like, I don't know what you're watching.
Yeah, I've seen Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
I haven't.
You haven't?
No.
Dude.
My
Gross.
God, get away from me. Sorry, that was mean.
No, that's crazy. How have you not seen that?
Because.
Are you
I don't-
alive?
Yeah,
You breathe and shit?
barely.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like, I don't know if.
Just the part when he like looks up and was like, terrible day for rain.
No,
Oh,
bro, no.
so good.
Oh, we'll binge it after this
I'm
episode.
a crybaby. I don't want to.
What do you mean? You watch K dramas? They don't make you cry?
Not this last one.
Okay, well, the one
Didn't
before.
make me cry.
You finished
The
it?
one before,
Did it make you cry?
yeah, but that's because the whole thing was sad.
Okay, so watch Brotherhood. Fivehead. The whole thing's not sad.
But does
You'll laugh
Brotherhood
some-
have Park Bo Young in it? No,
It's got Edward.
it doesn't.
Edward.
Sorry.
So good.
Just a big
Okay.
fan.
So,
You might say a whole air conditioner.
Hello, Missy.
Well, City of Mist.
I wish I was David Wynn sometimes. You
Who
know,
is David? Oh,
deceased.
Is that
how you
That's
pronounce
what he is. What?
Huh?
Is that how you pronounce it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Is that okay with you?
No, I just had a classmate that I pronounced her name wrong.
But-
Always.
It'd be like that sometimes. People used to get my name wrong all the time.
It was more like a Nuyen thing, but I said.
Yeah,
I
I
said-
feel like that's like commonly how people try to pronounce, but from what I understand, it's pronounced Win.
Mhm.
Like
Win.
WIN.
Language is wild. City of Mist.
Yeah, everybody's kind of starting to go about their ways.
Oh, I want to ask Emma what she did for work. Oh well.
You can if you want.
Hey, what do you
she
do for
hasn't
work?
left. I'm a flight attendant.
Oh, cool.
Oh.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, that's all.
Okay. Well, good luck, officer.
What's Emma's last name?
Bailey.
Bailey. I wrote it down. Thank you.
Oh, nothing to do now, but go to bed, I guess.
But Bale Lee.
It's too far.
Is there anything else that you guys want to do? I will say, Professor, as you've been kind of continuing to watch the crowd, you do notice that there are two people in particular who seem to have taken quite an interest in the accident, that are also still keeping their distance. They haven't said anything. They haven't gone up close to anything. But as you've been able to observe the crowd, they seem particularly observant and more calculated than any of the other onlookers. Of these two people, there is a woman with shorter, blonde, bouncy curls. Think like 80s jazzercise type
Gotcha. Yep.
hair is that's the vibe. And another the other person is definitely a little bit more camouflaged is what I would say. Not that he is wearing camo, but he blends in with the gray that is the city. There's not much that really stands out about him other than he seems like he fits. He has a trench coat. He's wearing a hat to keep from getting too much rain on him. Lots of browns and grays and taupes. And honestly, if you didn't know any better, you would think that it was almost on purpose. So nobody blends in that well.
He's got to be a chameleon. That's his mythos.
Ah, yes, the great myth of the chameleon. They don't actually exist.
You ever
That
seen
would
one?
be kind of cool though, because then you can like go to fancy things, and then you'll just have nice clothes,
I don't know if it.
and then you can sell them.
I don't know if it works like that. I feel like that'd be OP if it did though.
I feel like Can I just watch them for a little while?
Sure. Yeah. Do you want to do an investigate roll for me?
Sure.
He's rolling.
Well,
He's adding power
Bro,
tags.
I should be
Adding
doing this.
power
I
tags.
literally, people watching is one of my things.
Would you like to also
That is
do
kind
an
of what I'm
investigate
doing
roll?
because I'm not
Yeah, because
like.
if you've been...
I called 911 and I was like, "Hello, it was me," and then I told
killed
them
him.
everything. No, I guess that is kind of what I made it sound like. But I called one of the people that called.
yeah, I don't really have any tags
Well, just roll what you
that
want,
applies.
and then get it. You know why? Because winners win.
Yeah, I don't.
Is there anything that could potentially be from your crew tags that you could add?
We have 4 tags. I only remember 2 of them. Divide and conquer,
Mhm.
and do anything to solve the case.
I mean, I guess those 2 could work.
What are you doing? Math? Dividing?
God damn it.
I would say I'll give you divide and conquer, because you all kind of naturally found your own thing to do in order to get more clues. I won't give you the other one
Do anything to solve
for
the case?
yeah, just because
Because we're not doing anything dramatic.
yeah. But I
look at
will
people.
give you another +1 for the chaos tag that you have going on because you're
Okay.
kind of able to.
Blend into it.
Mhm.
You're the chameleon.
I'm the chameleon. I broke the dam.
What?
Ooh, 8.
Okay.
Why'd you say that?
I broke the dam. South Park did a riff on Spartacus,
Oh.
where like the kids were trying to fess up that they in fact broke a dam and like flooded an entire town. But the whole time people were like, I broke the dam. I broke the... No, guys, seriously, we broke the dam. We drove a boat into the dam and it exploded. I broke the dam.
With your 8,
You die.
what is it that you're hoping to? Because you're watching, but like
Mhm.
what are you watching for in particular?
I want to see what they're paying attention to. Like if it looks like they're maybe looking at the car more, or if they're looking at the EMTs more, or if they're looking at the spot where the guy died more, or if they're just that kind of a vibe.
Okay.
I don't know how far away they are from my current location, but
So you're near the sushi light pole, right? I know that's not where your mini was, but that's where I'm placing you. Sorry. And I would say that the woman that you observed is directly diagonal from you across the street, from the diner. And the man that you saw is directly across the street from you, not where the diner is, but south. So they're both kind of on either side of that street area.
okay.
As you're observing, you notice that the woman is really fixated on David and his car in particular. When the EMTs and the police show up, and their vehicles obviously kind of cover and add to the chaos and the inability for her to directly see you. See her kind of shift, kind of stand on her tiptoes occasionally. She's doing a lot of like bobbing and weaving to get around people who may have stepped in front of her. And you can tell that she's just very one-track mind on either David or the vehicle, maybe both. But she could care less about, or I guess couldn't care less about the police or any of the bystanders. She doesn't seem particularly upset. As far as like she's not crying or like worried looking. She just seems a little extra curious and maybe even a little anxious, but not in a way that makes it seem like she knows what's going on, if that makes sense.
Okay.
As you've observed her a little bit, you go to turn your attention to the man, and you notice that he is no longer there.
He's a ghost.
Maybe.
He's Ellie. Wait, never mind. I forgot we talked about who that was.
I would like to maybe, because I'm assuming like maybe during this time is when Alex is talking with those other two. So I'll poke Olivia. Do you see the woman who's just diagonally along the way there?
Yeah. I mean, like, I've been watching. I assume that I've seen her.
You would definitely have seen her. She not only does her hair kind of invoke that like 80s vibe, her entire ensemble evokes this 80s vibe. Very she's got even down to like the plastic bangles. She's got like this denim jacket, very like what were those photos called? The like fashion photos
The
where their
glamour
hair,
shots?
yes, the glamour shots. That she looks like a walking glamour shot. It genuinely almost feels like she came out of like a magazine from the 80s, just like to a T.
Her myth is jazzercise.
Of course, the legend.
Well, yeah, she appears to have some curiosity that is more than just the standard morbid curiosity that most individuals have. I don't know necessarily how to approach, but she may have some information about this incident.
Okay. Are you wanting me to talk to her?
You or me?
Okay, yeah, I can talk to her, I guess. She kind of just seems nosy. Does she seem suspicious to me in any way? Or just like a nosy person who wants to...
Go ahead and give me an investigate roll. Because there's quite a few people here, so it's very possible that you haven't really paid too much attention to her. Definitely noticed her, but
Okay.
paying attention is different.
So for power tags, I think the people watching...
I don't understand how that applies.
Yeah. I don't know if savvy and streetwise would be, but
I think that would help you
yeah.
discern
Okay.
her vibe.
Yeah.
And I also pick up on indicators of mental condition. I can see, like... Because he's like, wow, she seems suspicious or, like, weirdly curious. And I might have a better idea of what exactly it is, if it's more curiosity or anxiety or...
I'm not going to give that one to you right now, just because there's so many people. If you were to go and talk to her, then that maybe could apply because you're actually like nearby.
Okay.
But there's enough people on the street that even though things are kind of starting to clear out, there's a lot of vibes to be sussing out. So, are there any other ones that you can think of?
Maybe a weakness, because one of my weaknesses is super crowded places.
Mm.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is super crowded or if it's just like a few people are like, "What's that?" And then they're like, a crash. I'm leaving.
It's pretty crowded.
Okay.
So I will have you use that
Lucky.
-1. But also keep in mind the +1 for the divide and conquer crew
okay.
tag that we mentioned earlier. So I think that ends up being
2 plus 2.
Yeah.
Also, keep in mind that you use a weakness tag. Because it's going to be relevant when we end.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'll remember for you. I'll do this.
You could just mark it down now.
So then I got 9.
9? Okay.
9.
Yeah,
You
so
think you're better than me?
okay.
Sorry, listeners. We're beefing. We're not actually beefing. I love you a lot, actually. She got 9.
Could you
So
imagine if like one of us actually had a beef though?
No.
what-
you definitely have noticed her and she keeps catching your eye. You haven't been fixated on her like the professor was. But you not only did you notice her, but you have studied her a little bit. And you do see that it is a little bit odd. You feel like she hasn't really taken her eyes off of the scene of the crash. Whereas like other people around have maybe turned to their phones a little bit or talked to their neighbors. She's definitely fixated. She doesn't really seem to have any real intentions of leaving. As the crowd is starting to kind of dissipate and the emergency vehicles have left and whatnot, you notice that she's still kind of standing there, moving around, trying to get a better glimpse of things. She moves ever so slightly just to get in a better viewpoint, but she does kind of stay isolated on that corner rather than, going across the street or anything like that.
Okay. And she is... Okay. And we're in front of the sushi place.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of... Is it kitty corner? Is
Yeah.
that what that's called? Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, I am going to approach her. I'm going to go to the other... I'm going to cross 5th Street. And then I'm going to cross Pine.
Okay.
And I'm going to kind of act like I'm going to try and go a little bit down so I kind of come up behind her and act like I'm just kind of happening upon this. And I'm going to just be like, "Oh, what happened here?" I am going to try and I imagine she's pretty focused, so I don't think she's going to really see me, but I am still going to try and do the maneuver where I go a little bit down the block and then come up behind her. Not in like a scary way, but I'm just like, "Oh, wow. I was just walking."
Your surprise face. You're like, what happened? Whoa.
Oh my god, wow.
Is that David? Oh my gosh. That's his name.
She'd be like, "Oh my god, you know David?" I'm like, "You know David?
No.
What's your name?"
What's your name? Place of work?
So as you come up behind her, you can you see that she's still kind of looking, and when you ask like, "Oh, what happened here?" she doesn't even really turn towards you. She just kind of speaks at you, if that makes sense. Like, she doesn't turn her head or her eyes away, but she says, "Oh, there was a really nasty crash."
Oh my gosh, when did that happen?
I don't know, maybe an hour ago, max.
Oh,
I haven't really checked the time.
is it someone you know? Are you worried about that? Like,
No, not really. I mean, it's a little worrisome, but what crash isn't?
oh, that's fair, I guess. Oh,
Would you like to investigate a little bit more now that you're close by?
yes. Oh no.
Just lie about the numbers. She can't see them.
No one can.
She can't see them. I'm the gingerbread.
Stop. What is happening? It's officially a Christmas episode.
Xena.
I was hoping to that this time I could use the indicators of mental condition.
Definitely.
And again, probably the savvy and streetwise and people watching.
Mm-hmm.
And opportunist, because I'm trying to take this time when she's a little distracted to just get her to mindlessly give me information.
Okay. Yeah.
Trying to catch her
Like when
slipping.
you ask your parents for something when they're busy.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah, and they take $20
Just
out
fuck
the
off.
wallet. And
But,
they're like, why'd you take
nicer than that,
$20? And you're like,
probably,
you said I
hopefully.
could. When? You were doing your taxes and I asked you for 20.
I told you about my field trip, but you were grounded. And they're like, this is a fun field trip. No. I still have to do the math. Do I still get the divide and conquer?
Mhm.
Oh, sick.
Nice.
9.
Nice.
Apparently, that's the only number I'm getting tonight.
Can you kind of walk me through what you're specifically trying to do or look for while you're reassessing her up close?
I'm just trying to see kind of a little bit more what made her seem sort of out of place, and honestly just I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out what she's looking for at this point.
So as you're observing her, you realize that seems like she's trying to take in as many details as possible. She looks kind of like she's planning something, like she's kind of like the woman with the math meme, right?
Mm.
There's a lot going on in her head. And you've also noticed that now that David has been taken from the car and is in the ambulance, she does seem a little bit more anxious, a little bit more panicky than she did before, where it leaned more anxious in a curious manner. It seems to be a little bit more anxious in a more worried type feeling.
Okay. Did I already ask her if she knew the guy?
Yes, I believe so. I think
I thought so.
Yeah, she gave you a really vague, not really. And then she started talking about car crashes.
Well, I'm not really sure what to do because
It's hard questioning people when you have no like authority to question them, right?
You can
Just
always use your
did-
powers.
Make her give you all her money.
Do it.
Don't actually rob her.
Oh no, I meant like
Use your powers.
I just don't know what I would want to make her
Impulse.
like,
I mean, you don't have to. I just feel like
Well, I am trying to think of how, because like, I want to know what she's thinking.
Mm-hmm. So eat her brain.
Oh, but I'm thinking of taking a risk, and I'm not saying this yet, but like being like, my friend's a cop over there. If you're curious about what's going on, and then just like giving her the feeling of like, just
Like she has to because there's police around.
yeah, like you can't just like just give her the fear of like, oh shit, if I leave now, I'm gonna look suspicious. They're gonna
Also,
arrest
I have
me.
to go talk
Like,
to the...
yeah, like this lady must be with the cops. She knows.
She knows.
I don't know what she knows, but
Yeah, where you just like feel guilty just because there's like a cop nearby.
Mm-hmm.
like when you're driving under the speed limit, but then a cop drives by you and you're like, oh no.
I gotta go 27 under.
Did I accidentally rob someone as I left?
Yeah.
Did I accidentally
I get that.
slaughter villages on the way to work? Who knows? This cop does.
I don't know if I want to take the risk and just be like, oh, my friend's a cop, and she's just like, pew, just leaves.
Well, if you're thinking about using your power, you could like, and I'm not trying to play your character for you, so feel free to tell me to shut up. But you could just like kind of like give her the vibe of like, you know, when you know something and you really want to talk about it but you can't, kind of give her that, but like not the you can't part, and just give her like the desire to spill the beans, as it were, the legumes, if you would.
Well, she kind of looks like she's mentally trying to figure something out, and maybe it'll just be more of a like a second, like I can pick this woman's brain, you know, just like she's trying to figure out whatever it is, and then I'll try it. Like it's not very consequential, just asking this straight like rando who just also happened
just for
upon
like to bounce ideas off of.
Yeah, and then like if I look crazy, I look crazy, but
yeah, and then she'll turn to you and be like, "Do you think my poison's gonna work?"
Yeah,
and
but
like,
I just want her to feel like she's never gonna figure out what she's trying to figure out on her own.
You.
I don't know if that's the right way to word it, but that's like kind of the feeling I want to give her. But I don't know if it's like she's trying to solve a problem, trying to create a problem and figure out how. But it sounds like she has questions, and I want her to feel like the only way to find answers to these questions is to like
talk to this stranger in particular.
Yeah. Talk to someone else about it, and it's best if it's a stranger that's not connected to her in any way. Yes, that is what I want to do.
Okay, so can you recap what you're wanting to do?
Sorry, I said a lot.
There was a lot of thoughts in there.
I want her. She seems to have questions, and I want to give her just kind of the overall feeling that she's not going to get the answer she's looking for unless she like asks the question to someone else or bounces ideas off of them. And what better person than a like complete stranger who you just happened upon because nothing's gonna come back to that. Like, if there's any, because if she was doing anything suspicious, it'd be like,
You can't tell your mom.
yeah,
right?
they're just gonna be like, who is this person? I'll be like, I don't know. I met her on the corner. No, that's weird. No, but
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and roll a
want her
change
to
the
feel like
game
it's
for
low
me
risk to talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
and add power tags.
I want to use a different one. The 3 is backwards. It annoys me.
You're rolling 2d6s, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like I'm supposed to figure out the power tags before.
It's okay.
Divide and conquer is 1. Is it still the same, but with the other one?
Well, because in this one she's using her like intrusive thoughts
Oh, true.
power.
True. Never mind. Ignore me.
Does that mean I can only use power tags from that power,
Not
or
necessarily. It just needs
because
to
I still
apply.
I think this is probably still more of an. I don't know if it's opportunist, because it's like I saw that she's like clearly, the wheels are turning. You know.
Yeah, I would count that.
Okay. Feeds off fear.
Nom 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 nom.
Trying to just because I'm trying to get her so stressed about not being able to figure out what she's trying to figure out.
Okay.
But I don't know if it's the level of fear, but
I'll allow it.
I guess the indicators of because just feel like I'm continuously using the same tags, but it makes sense.
I mean, to be fair,
hypnotic suggestion.
Yeah.
And savvy and streetwise. I think more than that, I would think. I know you don't have to just choose one, but the indicators of mental condition, so I can kind of see. Because I did have, even me, the player, had to put a lot of thought into, how should I approach this in a way that would work, that would make sense. And I'd have to think about how she was acting.
Yeah.
I don't know how many that is.
It's 3
I think
unless
it's
she
3.
counts the streetwise, in
Yeah.
which case it would be 4.
Which I don't think I'm going to count streetwise for this in particular, because you're doing something that's more related to your mythos than
And street smarts.
street smarts. Yeah.
That's fair. Sorry. I don't want to get another 9.
Is it 9?
It's 9.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I really want her to tell me information. So I kind of want to do the burning thing, but I don't know which one to do. Probably with the hypnotic suggestion. That's how it works, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. So this is a good question, because I didn't think about this until this came up. Can we choose to burn something after we rolled for it? And
I
take.
don't believe so.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's similar to Fallout where you have to
Declare you're doing that.
Mhm.
Okay.
But 9's still successful.
I know.
Just lie and say you got 10.
And because you're using 3 power tags, since this is a change the game roll, you do get 3 juice.
Mhm.
They're gonna expire soon though, so drink them soon.
Okay. Okay. Well, yeah, 9 then.
Okay. So as you're kind of, telepathically giving her this overwhelming feeling of just speak your mind almost, right?
Sorry about all the noise.
No, you're fine. You can you kind of notice her she starts muttering under her breath a little bit. And she's like, I hope he's okay. really puts a damper on things. You know, I should have gone to his place earlier. This is really on me, isn't it? I wonder if there's anything in the car. Think he's dead? I hope he's not dead. Well, actually, if he's dead, that might make things a little easier. And as she's muttering these things, she kind of turns around to you and she says, "Sorry, what were you saying earlier? I kind of was lost in my thoughts."
I don't know what I was saying earlier. I don't say that to her.
I thought that's what.
I'm like,
You were like, damn, that crash is crazy. You know that guy?
oh, I was just like asking if you knew that guy or just had an obsession with car crashes or something. You just seemed really interested.
Oh, yeah, it's... I don't really know him that well. What I do know is that guy has been stalking me.
Bum, bum, bum.
And that's where we're going to end
No.
this episode.
Man.
God damn,
Rosebud.
that's gotta be Ellie.
What the hell?
Question.
I wasn't expecting her to say that.
Yeah, question marks though, right? Because if you have a stalker, why are you concerned for their well-being? Because she was like, because she's scheming something, right? She was like,
I mean, they're still a person.
sure, but she was also like, oh, I should have gone to his place earlier. Like,
Oh, wait,
it's
yeah,
not
that's
innocent
sketchy.
scheming, right?
Yeah,
like, she's
no.
definitely like, she stands to gain
Well, maybe
something.
he was like, come to my place or I'll do something. I don't know.
Well, we know this guy's rich, so it could be like trying to get money from him.
Maybe he was
Because
blackmailing
she was
her.
like, I wonder if there's anything in his car.
maybe.
Ooh, but maybe if it was like weird stocky stuff.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. Like, I guess I don't know, but I don't think you just keep weird stalky stuff like on your dash, right?
And
like,
it wasn't like, I wonder if he has it in his car. It was, I wonder if
If
there's
he has-
anything in this car.
Yeah, and then she also said, well, if he's dead, things might be easier for me. Which, like, if your stalker's dead, normally your problems just die with the stalker, I imagine.
Good point.
And
Yeah.
that's just like a stalker network of sorts.
Yeah, that's like the one thing that makes the most sense.
On God.
That was our dog.
You used a weakness. Eat it.
Okay.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I
you
don't
get,
want to forget.
You get attention in that theme.
What theme was
I
it?
did it already.
You think you're better than us? What theme was it?
I don't know. I'm making a note that I have juice because we're still in the middle of the scene.
I guess, man.
Well, I don't know. How does that work?
We'll determine.
Cross that bridge when we get to
Yeah.
it.
I wrote it
So
really...
make a note. I will not promise that you get to keep it because
Because
it just depends on
Bro, I just got it.
narrative where we pick up from. But you will likely get to keep it because
Okay.
it will likely
I was like, this is the first
be
time.
still here, potentially, unless I choose not to.
Are we doing
Create a
the
story
geek
tag.
out?
Besties. I'm best friends with her now.
There we go. Are we doing geek out during credits, on mic, off mic?
I think I'm cool if we do it off mic. If we want to just kind of talk through the episode, do whatever your thoughts you want
Where'd you
to,
go?
whatever thoughts you guys want to have on mic, sick. But I think the like mechanic of geek out during credits, I think we can handle off mic. We tried it out last time. It felt a little disjointed for our normal
After
playing
I think we can just bring it
ritual.
up when something happens. Like if someone gains a whatever or someone loses a ligma, like then we can be like, oh, we've reached this milestone, right?
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, I think we can just do it off mic.
Okay.
Unless this episode drops and then everyone's adding us on Discord, like, no, we want to hear it.
We
But
can mark
That's
attention on the
true.
crew theme.
That's true.
the cream.
That's, yeah.
I do want to point that out because it's going to be less interesting next time.
Cool. Yeah, I don't know, man. She's sus.
Yeah. I will say it's making a little more sense now.
The
All
game.
The game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
agree.
the mystery or.
I was like, did you solve it?
You
Can we go
haven't?
home?
It was the teacher in the library with the candlestick.
I was about to say candlestick.
Yeah.
Always
You're
the
mean, bro.
candlestick.
Also, the guy that disappeared.
Yeah, the gray man. That's what I'm calling
The
him. in
gray-
my-
Oh, that's horrifying.
I hate
That's
that.
scary sounding. Yeah.
Because that's like that's what you told us about him, right? He's gray. He
chameleon.
like melds into the city essentially. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
They're
gray
both
man.
from the 80s. They time traveled. And he just really overdid it on the trying to blend in.
That's
You
why she
solved it.
needs. That's why she needs the money from this guy to fund her jazzercise show.
Right? Inflation
Ah.
from the 80s to now. Pff,
It's
dude.
crazy.
It's going to
yeah.
be, she's going to have like a bonkers amount of money from now. Wait, no, this doesn't make sense. That's, but she's going to bring it back to the 80s.
I think we're all a little too tired.
No, we'll figure this
No,
out.
we're gonna deduce this shit tonight.
Okay.
I solved
I'll
it.
at everyone at 2 a.m. when I put all the pieces together.
Good night.
Wild.
Goodbye.
Deuces. Enjoy Christmas.
Bye guys.
Oh, yeah,
Later,
Merry
nerds.
Christmas. It's
Merry Christmas,
either
whatever you celebrate.
forever ago or not.
Happy everything.
It might be tomorrow.
It's
Might
not.
be right now.
It's 8 billion% tomorrow because
No
they
one
all
knows.
listen to us the day we drop.
Bye guys.
Later.
The Ghost of Christmas Past.
Yeah, we
Christmas
saw-
Future.
Yeah, we saw that guy.
No.
Yeah, it was
Future.
future.
Yeah. Listen, I don't even know my own game.
Maybe we should just try and get a hold of Eminem.
Have him be our first sponsor.
That'd
Turns
be
out he
wild.
loves TTRPGs. Can you imagine?
He's actually our.
We hit him up.
What if
and
he
he's-
just starts beef with us, though?
I'll
I
rap.
don't
I'll
feel
rap
like he
battle
would,
him.
to be honest.
We hit him. We sent him an email. He's like, "Oh my god, I listened to you guys." I die, bro. What, bro? Like, where do I go from there?
Even if he was like, "Wow, you guys fucking suck," I'd be like,
So you heard of
Now-
that?
but you heard of us.
We clip it and put it at the beginning of every episode.
Every
yeah.
episode.
Mhm.
You guys fucking suck. All right, here we go.
I
We
would
got the
get
motivation.
The audio wave of him saying that we fucking suck tattooed somewhere.
No,
Yeah.
Dead ass.
matching toe tattoos. That's the
Eminem
one
says
time.
we suck.
What's that?
That-
That's Eminem saying I fucking suck.
On all, like, you know how they'll do like reviews? They'll be like, yeah, this, like, New York's, whatever,
yeah,
New
they'll
York
do
Times
that
said this,
angry-
and be like, you guys fucking suck. Eminem.
I would blast that shit everywhere I could, bro. I would be the most active I've ever been on any social media if Eminem said we fucking suck. Then I would go on to sing Rap God in the next episode and add him on Twitter or whatever. Wherever people
I
add
feel like
people.
at that point we might actually be demonetized.
Yeah, you're right.
Just because,
Worth
like,
it. Worth it.
I would at least add him on something.
If this whole podcast goes down because Eminem said that we fucking suck.
We could start a new podcast called Eminem Says We Suck.
There we go.
We'd get listeners.
yeah.
You would. They'd be like, what is this Eminem podcast? It's not about Eminem at all.
It's just
we just dedicate every episode to Eminem.
We'll have one NPC called not Eminem that raps in every game we play.
It can be
But it turns out
Eminem.
that it actually is Eminem who's rapping there because at that point we
We're bros.
we've like rebuilt the bridge and
He's like, oh, you guys aren't that.
Turns out
bad
he's actually
after
always
all."
wanted to play CGRPGs, but never had a group of friends to play with. So we invited him on the podcast one day, and then we become fast friends.
Yeah, and he knows we're the homies.
And then he remonetizes us, but we're like, now we're too far down. Eminem thinks we're shit, so we can't go back to Roleplay Redux. But at least we can use the logo
and we can't
again.
take his money. He's a homie now, you know. So it's like we gotta find other sponsors.
Yeah, he's got plenty of money for us.
He at the very least can DoorDash us food on occasion.
Yeah,
for sure. That's all we ask of our friends. Is it not?
Let us use his studio.
Can you imagine?
That would be so cool.
I would cry.
Or write an intro for the Roleplay Redux. We'll play it at the start of every episode.
You'd be like, "Hey, this is a Roleplay Redux." Or what?
We'll play at the end of every episode, especially the really serious episodes. It'll be like those anime endings where it's like the protagonist is about to die, he just lost his mom, and then the really upbeat fucking ending thing comes on. That kills me every time. Yeah, good times. I can't wait to meet Eminem.